My name is Laura R., also known as Belle, or simply Belle. Not long into my foray to the YouTube world, I became a moderator for first Deaf the Nerd, then Popcorn Planet, then Nerd Report. I was in their communities, paid for memberships, for about 4 months, from October 2021 to February of 2022. I worked on Andy Signor's headlines team. I used to defend them online. I know what it's like to be a member of the cult of Popcorn Planet. Once I saw how Andy uses and abuses his community, intellectually, emotionally, monetarily, even sexually for some, then toss them aside like garbage, I couldn't unsee it. If you question anything in that cult, you find yourself bullied and blocked. No dissent is allowed in the ranks. Since leaving, I've done much research on what makes someone like Andy tick. I've explored topics like cults, narcissistic traits and abuse, and sex addiction. I've created blog articles and videos to share them with you, in the hopes that the more you know, the better prepared you'll be. I don't want others to experience what I did, and if they do, to understand what happened. I do this out of concern, not from some weird form of jealousy. I do this for awareness, and I'm doing my best to fulfill that promise, not clicks and clout. I made a promise to myself to do this for the community I left behind. I'm not your typical hater, despite what Andy and company would have you believe. I was not kicked out. I left, along with a few others, in February of 2022. This is a big distinction. I've been speaking out ever since. I dare you to watch my videos, even my earlier cringier ones. I double dog dare you to watch more than 30 seconds, and to try to do so with an open mind. Now, on to the topic at hand. Let me preface this by saying that I do not watch Popcorn Planet, nor do I tend to creep on Andy's Twitter or X. Knowing that I'm not fond of the man, though, means people share stuff with me. And today, I'm going to discuss Andy's wishy-washy waffling and a series of responses on Twitter regarding his coverage of Russell Brand. No means no. Unsure why so many of you keep ignoring that. That, coupled with a R-word kit, feels worthy of hearing out. And then no means no is just being glossed over? So this is one of my faves. No means no. Really, Andy? And then there's this dangling of having knowledge. And all of you should read the article before trying to discredit people. Not everyone lies like Bert and Cat. I assume he means Cat Tenbarge. You also don't know what I know, and why I might have some more intel on this story. There's this dangling of having knowledge nobody else does. If you don't know what you know, does your intel say these women came forward or were sought out? And if sought out, what may have been exchanged/promised for their stories? Andy says the truth that he hasn't always asked for consent. What's that? Rather ironic from the man that has no real relation with the word. Well, with what that word actually means, don't you think? Here he says, you gotta read the full article in the Times. She read the evidence and you tried to direct her to the article. That's what Kate Tenbarge would do. Huh? Andy says. I was letting her know that part about the R-word kid is in the article. I don't have time to answer everyone's tweet and answers. I didn't write it. And don't you dare try to compare me to her, you jerk. Struck a chord there, huh, Andy? I mean, is he that non-self-aware? Or does he understand the parallels between his actions and Russell's and sort of takes a delight in gloating about it, at the same time still feeling uncomfortable? I don't know. It's a very strange dynamic. Him touting the article as some sort of holy grail is even more ironic if that's possible. I'm so glad people are willing to question these despite all the shaming and guilt-tripping tactics being thrown around. It's uncomfortable to question these things, but it's worse to let someone's life be destroyed by blindly believing clearly altered evidence. And he says, you really think that this publication would risk that? The article details not just the text, but that she went to the APD and took an R-word kit. They wanted to press charges. You don't think they saw the text? She was too scared. Scroll through your replies and you'll see why. All of you should read the article before trying to discredit people. Not everyone lies like Amber and Kat. Anyway, so him touting the article as some sort of a holy grail is even more ironic if that's possible. And here's the backpedaling yet again. So he denied the article. He'd just been holding up as a beacon. And then, of course, there's this Russell Brand gets demonetized, all ads get blocked on his YouTube channels over allegations. This is scary. Regardless of your feelings on Russell and the allegations, YouTube is not a court of law. This is a massive overreach IMO by YouTube. So, this I think is where it really hits home with Andy, that what happened to Russell Brand could happen to him.